Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Literacy. For this week, we are going to take the character that you had made previously, and we are going to actually start making a setting for your character to be in. Now, I went through and looked back at the character that Mrs. Scanlon had put together. And here she is. The character that she had talked about liked scary books, playing with her dog, learning new things. The character she had didn't like or disliked being lazy, missing school, and mosquitoes. Now, what would the character say about herself? She would say, I love growing my brain. And one of the things that her character Julia liked to do was read in her hammock outside. So I took in my mind and I thought to myself, okay, if I visualize where Julia liked to be the most, and what she liked to do for fun, I visualized her at her house, in her backyard, in her favorite spot, between two trees, and reading a book on her hammock. So I got that picture in my mind, and when I did that, then I started sketching and putting a few trees in the background, and then I had to put her hammock in there. So when I got done, the visualization that I had in my mind, or my picture that I had in my mind, looks similar to the one that you see on the screen. Now, it's not fancy, and I tried my best, and I'm hoping that when you today start doing your visualization, that you will do your best job too. Go ahead and think about your character. What does your character like to do? And where would that character be able to do some of those things that that person would like to do? Maybe your character likes to be out and riding bike on a bike trail. That could be a setting that you could put your character in. My setting is in the backyard, and you see the two trees that I put in there, and they had to be close enough, otherwise I wouldn't be able to tie that hammock up there. And she's got a couple of books there so she could lay down and she could read for as long as she possibly could, especially if there was a nice breeze blowing. It might just relax her. And I know for myself, when I start reading, I get all of those pictures like a movie going in my mind almost. And so this is the first step of being able to put this into a story. It's visualizing and making the setting that your character would be able to be in. Take your time, do a nice job. Distance learners, make sure you take a picture and send it on Seesaw to your teacher so that she can see how you're visualizing the setting that your character would be in. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to be writing about this character and the setting.
For Kids. What is a setting? By Teaching Without Frills. Story elements are the different parts of a fiction story. The setting is an important story element. Can you figure out the definition of setting from the following examples? The setting might be a hot, sunny day at the beach during the summertime. Or it could be a cold, rainy night at a haunted house in October. So what do you think the definition of setting is? Pause here to think, or keep watching to find out. Setting is the time and place of a story. It often answers the questions when and where. The time of a story may be in the past or in the future, in the daytime or at night, in the summer or winter. A story may take place in a school, in a jungle, in a big city, in the desert, or in a variety of other places. We can also use adjectives or describing words to tell about the setting, like if it's sunny, cold, bright, busy, or spooky. You can determine the setting of a story by looking at the illustrations and finding information in the text. Let's try it. I was walking in the park on a warm day. How would you describe this setting? The text tells you I'm in a park, it's warm, and it's daytime. The illustration shows flowers and birds and the sun. I think it might be spring. So we could describe the setting as a warm spring day in the park. So remember, setting is the time and place a story happens. What settings have you